Okay, so this is session 6, final session of Empowered Success. Are you ready? So everybody get out your launch guide. A few of you in the live session may not have gotten it. If you didn't, raise your hand. They'll bring one to you. Did everybody get one? Okay, we have a couple. Jonelle, we have a couple in the back. We want to make sure everybody has this. All right. You're going to see in the launch guide this, excuse me, I can talk. Pardon me. You're going to see in the launch guide this amazing sorting hat. Okay, are any Harry Potter rooms in the fan? They're in the room? I can talk today, really. Any Harry Potter fans in the room? There we go. Raise your hand. Okay, so when I say sorting hat, you know what that means, right? Okay, this is a brilliant sorting hat to really help people figure out where they want to go, okay, where they want to be in this amazing process. And so as we go through all the guides, as we hire the guides, as you've heard mentioned over and over again today, to do their jobs, the launch guide is for now our culminating event. Now, we're going to talk at the very end of today about what's coming, which is super, super exciting. But this is really about onboarding a new builder, someone who decided they want to do more. So first, I want to just mention, you see how this is launch your business? In a prior iteration, these used to be called Launch to Elite. And we changed the name to Launch Your Business because in changing the name, it completely changed the energy. Because really, when someone's first getting started, they don't even know what an elite is. It's not even important to them, but who's it important to? To you, right? To the leader. It's important to us. And so it was self-serving for us, but maybe not so much for them. So just even in the name change, Launch Your Business, the whole energy shifted, right? And it became more of a focus about them. So let's just jump in. This is going to be our elite factory. So everybody follow along. I have a few notes I've written in here I want to make sure we cover. And this is our elite generating machine. And it says so, right? The very first thing there at the top, this is the map to achieving elite. Boom, done. So we want to create elites. This is your elite factory. This is where we introduce in the upper right corner, and I think we might zoom in on this on an upcoming slide. Oh, not quite yet. In the upper left-hand corner where we introduce the belief plus action equals results. This is where we get to have the conversation of they have to do something, right? They have to take action, and it even lists out some of the actions there. And what I really want to highlight here is belief. We all know that's the most important ingredient, but they have to do something with that belief. They have to take action, and that gives us our results. You might jot in right there below results, another word that's super important to us, and that's culture. Those action and that belief that comes with it create our culture and who we are in doTERRA. And that's a lot of what's been brought in to our space. A lot of people actually join doTERRA because they fall in love with our culture, right? And you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner down here, this is a first as well. Notice that you have through the pipes, the prepare, invite, present, enroll, support, you have a pre-launch phase, a 1 to 2 week pre-launch phase. We're giving them permission to plan ahead, right? The month before. Because the launch month, you see that down there, launch month, we want that to be what? In a calendar month, right? Because they're pushing for a goal. They're pushing for elite or maybe even a higher rank. So that needs to happen in a calendar month. But when does the planning for that happen? One doesn't decide to become elite on January 1st. Okay, one decides to do it earlier, right? December 15th, maybe December 1st, right? And plans ahead for that. So on the right, you've got your elite factory set up. Elites create silvers. Silvers create what? Diamonds. Okay? So really, this is about making diamonds. And I know online we have all of our diamonds watching, or hundreds of them. The number keeps growing. And in here we have a lot of diamonds in the rough. Right? Some of you are really awesome lumps of coal. But you'll be a sweet diamond as you implement this empowered success. Okay, let's go to the next page. Let's go to fuel your launch. This is just about making sure their mindset is in the right place and going in and verifying that they have gone through the steps. So as you're going through the launch guide with someone, have they completed the live guide? Have they gone through that? Have they done their own wellness consult, right? Have they gone through the share guide, all the steps of the share guide? Have they gone through the build guide? Okay, if any of those three haven't happened prior to this point, you need to take a time out, go back, and check that off the list first, okay, before moving forward, because that sets the mindset, sets the foundation. So make sure those are done. And then here's where we're going to have them commit to their goal. Now, we've done a little bit of goal setting already earlier in the build guide. There's a little bit there. So this just builds upon that in a wonderful way. So they can circle a 30, 60, 90-day goal for Elite if that works for them, or they can write in a 90-day goal and a one-year goal. Those are all great, but it gives them a written declaration. Okay, now next page, page 5. Being a solutions provider. This is all about book in a box. Do you love that phrase? Yes. With a book in a box, you can do this. With a book in a box, you can be successful. I love it. I just think it sounds sexy. Okay? And as you know, in this world, that sells. So, book in a box, right? So, Laura covered all this so masterfully well. Having that information, having that simplicity, because a book in a box is simple, right? It is simple. And then if you look on the bottom of this page, and master, write the word master above launch essentials. Master the launch essentials, because that's what the rest of this guide is about, by the way. This right here is everything that we're about to cover, okay? So it's just kind of the table of contents, really, for the rest of the guide. But if you'll master, these are the 4 skills. If we want to talk about skill set, these are the 4 things that we have to really master. We've got to really learn this stuff, and you'll have a screaming amazing business, all right? So let's just jump into those. Next page. Oh, that's not the next page. Oh, I'm not moving my slides along, sorry. I'm just talking. Let's go, book in a box. Someone should have told me, hey, advance the slides. There we go. Success is scheduled. I love this. Time. Can we talk about time for a second? Time will manage you if you don't manage it, right? And you have to jump in here. And I love right under where it says success is scheduled, your launch month, this is telling them what they need. Now, it's using some averages. 15 enrollments times 200 PV average enrollment, which, depending on the month, that number changes a little bit. Some people are enrolling with bigger kits, some with smaller. So that's an average. But 15 enrollments at 200 PV average is 3,000 OV, and that's Elite. So we're putting the expectation out there. We're declaring what an Elite is to make sure it's clear for them. Now we need to jump in and really look at a calendar. And they might actually use this calendar. They probably won't. They'll probably use their phone or some other calendaring system that they actually use. But the real point is this. If you go down to the bottom where it says during the launch month, these are the things you need to do. Schedule 3 classes or 15 one-on-ones. Okay? So this is very clear and clean, right? Schedule 3 classes or 15 one-on-ones. Set the time to invest in your business, okay? That's important because, as was said earlier, you can work this business full-time, you can work this business part-time, but you cannot do it sometimes. Doesn't work, okay? You've got to invest in your business, set aside the time. And then number 3, ask yourself and schedule, who needs a Natural Solutions intro class? Who needs a follow-up to enroll? Who needs a lifestyle overview? Who needs a business overview? Who's ready to host a class? And use those as memory joggers to brainstorm, who do I need to talk to? Okay? So we're going to go through this is what we have to schedule, this we have to set up for our launch month, and then fill this out and really make sure, I love this refine your prospects right here, and this is why. Can we just be real for a second? I'm going to share a secret with you. Not everyone enrolls. I know this could cause some of us to have therapy, right? Not everyone enrolls, right? It's fine. Not everyone needs to enroll. We actually only have enough oil for the people that are smart enough to want it. Just saying, right? So it's fine. But what I love about down here, if you look at the little refine your prospects, I don't know if that goes to no. If you look at the refine your prospects down here, where it says you're inviting about 45 people. You're going to present to about 30, okay, so you're going to have 15 no-shows. About half of those are going to enroll. That's pretty good. That's awesome. And from 3 of those, you're going to get 3 of those to be builders. You're going to support your 3 builders. By disclosing this early and setting expectations, that this is kind of what it looks like. Because see, this is the number one, well, maybe I should say that. Maybe not the number one cause. One of the top causes that people quit our business is because of frustration. Okay, they get frustration. So let me give you a definition. Frustration is the gap between expectation and reality. Okay, so if their expectation is that they're going to do a class and 97 people are going to enroll and the checks are going to roll in, right? And then they do that class and that doesn't happen, their expectation and reality were hugely different, and so they're now frustrated, right? And if we're in a space of frustration long enough, we don't want to be there anymore, right? So let's set the appropriate expectation. This is work, right? This is work. It's going to take time, and we're going to have to talk to some people. And your success tracker here on the right is a beautiful document for them to write down who are we talking to, who are we working with, who are the people we are sharing oils with, and to actually record, have they been invited, have they been to a presentation, have they enrolled already, where are they at, what stage are they in, have they had their lifestyle overview, okay, have they had a business overview, are they open to the business? All of this, guys, here's the thing. We're just looking for the people who are looking for us. That's a quote by Laura Jacobs. We're just looking for the people who are looking for us. And this is where we're going to record this. And you can copy this off. There's a PDF. You can download of it as well to have extra sheets. So we've got the people we're working with. Now let's go to our next page. So turn the page to page 8. This is our invitation. This is where we're going to invite. Now, this is one of those skills that we have to master. So what you have here are 3 steps where you want to connect with people authentically and sincerely, and you want to connect with them. You want to provide a solution. That is all this is. Okay, we're actually in the business of selling. Shh. We denied it for years. We don't sell. You actually do. And how do we do that? By sharing. Yes, but the answer is right there. It's circled for you. We connect with people and we provide a solution. Okay, everyone's got issues, right? They've all got issues. So we need to make sure that we are sincere in our connection, that we provide the solution, and then we invite them. And this, let me go back. We invite them to either, this is broken up into a one-on-one. So these are scripts, guys. We've realized that scripts are great for many people. Some of us hate them, okay? You know who you are, okay? Some of us would rather just kind of go free flow and have bullet points, and that's great if that works for you. Some of us really love scripts, and these are 5 scripts, whether it's inviting someone to a one-on-one, a class, a webinar, to do a lifestyle overview or a business overview. It gives you that. Please don't read it. Hi. I've been learning about, they are to help you know what to say, okay? They're not for you to say word for word because people can tell. And then you've already violated number 1, okay? You're not sincere, okay, by just reading the script. But the whole purpose of this, guys, is to bring them back to the same concept that you've seen over and over again of having a solution, right? So we're going to bring him back to the solution. Now, there are some really key words in here. So let me just digress for a second on the whole launch guide. You can make this. These are the foundational principles that we have massaged and worked through for the last many, many moons to put in one place that are principle-based. You could take this and turn it into a 1-hour class. You could make it a 4-hour class if you wanted to, a 4-hour training. Then it's no longer a class if it's 4 hours. It's a 4-hour training. You could do that and interject your own amazing content. So when you're teaching about inviting, these are the basics that have been proven to work, but this is where you add what works for you, right? What have you been, like the Uber thing. Okay, that's a cool idea. Half of you already signed up on your phone for Uber. Okay? Just joking. Okay, but these are where you can share best practices, right? Things that maybe aren't applicable to everyone, but you've had success with them. So throughout this guide, and the inviting page is a great concept here. What are the things that you've said that people say yes to, right? So you can add those here, okay, or throughout the guide. All right, let's go to page 10, presenting the message. Okay, we're doing good. Present the message. So you saw this. This is the outline for the two different classes. You saw the outline earlier for the product class, and then there's a 20 to 30-minute business class, and you see those lined out here. This is for a one-on-one, a big class setting, a webinar, a social media event. This works for all of those, okay? Just a basic class outline on this is how this works. This is where you're going to spend time. And seriously, guys, we have to get shorter. Okay, I can tell you the number of classes. You're all nodding your heads because you've been to them too, right? Okay, when it's an introductory class, 40 minutes is awesome. Not 2 hours, not 90 minutes. Okay, the magic in the meeting is after the meeting. Okay, you heard Laura say that, right? You got to get to the after meeting faster so that they can ask their questions, so they can look through the books, so they can try the foods, so they can smell the oils, so they can get the products on them. None of that happens till after the class is over. Sometimes I just want to skip to the end. Sometimes I think it would work, maybe even better. Right? So there you have your outlines. This bottom comment on the bottom right here, book classes from classes. There's some phenomenal training coming on this in the next guide, okay, in the train guide, which we'll allude to here in a few minutes. So just be mindful of that. But you do want to, I didn't progress my slides again, sorry. You do want to be aware that booking a class from a class is highly effective, okay? How do you do that? You do that by extending the invitation to the attendees that if they are open to, never ask people if they're interested. Never say that. Never, right? It sets off all the salesman alarms. People shut down. Are they open to hosting a class of their own, and this is the benefit to them, okay? And then whatever the perk is that you might be offering, or freebie, or free, or whatever, something in it for them. There has to be something in it for them to host the class. Otherwise, why do it, right? If there's nothing in it for them. And at that event, book the class. So anyway, more on this coming in the next guide, but we want people to be mindful of it there. So as we keep going through presenting the message, now we want to go into enrolling successfully. I love this page. Again, this is in business, nothing happens without a sale.
That's right.
Catch that? In business, nothing happens without a sale. So these are closing scripts. And again, some of you love scripts, some of you don't. These are examples. Please don't read them word for word. When you're doing your class, let me pull this out and read it. No, don't do that. But get a feel. You have a great script. Option 1 is for closing someone on a a home essentials kit. And option 2 is for closing someone on a family essentials kit. And then what happens after that? What are the next steps, right? What are the enrolling tips there on the bottom? And I actually want to make a comment or two here because these are really good. Please know that these enrolling tips and overcoming objections, these 2 paragraphs, these 2 sections, we spent probably days on. Just these 2. Okay, yeah, they were brutal meetings. They were awesome, actually. We had a lot of fun. It was amazing the whole time. This was the product of that. So some of these enrolling tips, like this bottom one, I'll just point out the bottom one because we're short on time. The bottom bullet on enrolling tips. Enroll most everyone as a wholesale customer. Okay, now you guys all understand why already, right? And enroll those who want to share or build as a wellness advocate. So you have these amazing enrolling tips, overcoming objections, not sure which kit I want to order. There's some great questions you can ask there if they don't know what they're doing. I just want to interject one right there because it works so well. Has anyone ever said that to you, that they don't know what to order? Okay, raise your hand if you've had that happen. Okay, all of us, right? The best thing you can do is tell them what you ordered. Because they'll do what you did, often. Right? Oh, you got started with a natural solutions kit? Well, that's what I'll do too. Okay? Now, I would love to say I got started with the diamond kit, but that didn't exist. Way back then, that didn't exist, so that was not an option, right? But just keep that in mind for that particular objection. Not sure which membership, I have financial concerns, not sure where to start. All of these are really effective and very powerful, okay, to help overcome some of those objections. Get oils on them while you're talking about that too, that helps. Okay, page 12. This is probably the most important page, or well, gosh, I can't say that, they're all important. This is the conducting a lifestyle overview, okay? Taking someone through each step of the Live Guide and making sure this is done and really helping them to understand the purpose, which Laura articulated in the last segment really, really well, using the products, setting up their LRP. This is the LRP machine, right? And to sit down with them and go over their lifestyle overview and make sure they understand the wellness pyramid. Make sure they've rated themselves. Sit down. You want access to their wellness consult. You want to be able to see what they've written down. Why is that important? Well, why is it important to know that? Because they're going to give you, it's called bait the hook to suit the fish, right? They're giving you the bait in their wellness consult. And so now you know what to talk about, what to teach about, right? Where to take them and continue to hook them up with their education opportunities through your team pages, all of doTERRA's amazing tools. And then number 4 right there is that sorting hat again. We saw it earlier. This is where we realize they've been through the lifestyle overview. Now what? This is where you get out your doTERRA crystal ball. Don't you have that? It's on the sales aid form. You wish you had one, right? We wish we had one. It answers that question, how do I know someone's going to be a builder? Okay, you don't. But we can put them under the sorting hat and let them self-select, right? Let them self-select where it is that they want to go, okay? Just one comment on the lifestyle overview again. Just ponder this for a second, and especially you diamonds that are watching. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. What if we went, because we haven't always had the lifestyle overview. This is a relatively new concept in the history of the company. What if we looked at our teams? And all of you think about this. Some of your teams are really big, some are really small. What if you looked at the existing members of your teams, and maybe some of them order every month. Maybe some of them order every 6 months, twice a year, 3 times a year, once a year. If they don't order at least once a year, they're gone, so it's at least once a year. What if you looked at that whole list and thought, how many of these people have never had a wellness overview, a wellness consult, a lifestyle overview? How many of them have never, ever had that? I would be very comfortable in assuming that probably many, maybe even a majority, have never had that. So how empowering would it be if we went back to some of those people and said, hey, I know it's been a while, but as a value member of my team, I would love to sit down with you and let's go over a lifestyle overview and then walk through the entire Live Guide with them. Imagine what that could re-spark and reignite. Okay, just ponder that. Okay, does that excite you like it excites me? Yes. Okay, it excites me because I have a lot of those people that I know have not done this, right? Okay, all right, let's move to the next page. These 2 pages, page 14 and 15, these are the last 2 pages of the launch guide. And placement strategy. Woo! Yes, diamonds, placement strategy, right? So this page alone, this is just cut and dry. This is do's and don'ts. This page was created after a lot of discussion on how to save you pain. Okay? How to not do what we did that messed up and really destroyed our structure or caused problems. And so you have basic guidelines here. And just this first paragraph says it all. Successful placement of your enrollees is critical to your growth, rank advancement, and qualification for commissions and bonuses. Set clear expectations, we talked about that already, to safeguard relationships and ensure best placement. Some choose their path right away, others take time to choose to go beyond being just a customer. Use the first 14 days to learn all you can and then make the best placement decision. All right? So it addresses in here how to use that 14-day window, enrolling someone as a wholesale customer, upgrading them to a wellness advocate, all of that, okay, is in here. So Excellent suggestions. And then on the very back page, find your builders. This is probably one of the biggest questions we get. Okay, how do I find, where do I find, how do I find a builder? And right here is your answers. It invites you, see, this is the fun thing. You already know your builders. You just don't know that you know. Okay, you already know them. So you just have to identify them. And sometimes it's easy. Sometimes they're like very vocal about it. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I just enrolled a gal in Texas that I haven't even met yet, and she's already held a class and enrolled 3 people. Right? Okay, I think she's a builder. Okay, because if you look, oh, it's not up there. If you look on this page, on your Find Your Builders page, there you go, up at the top corner, where it says committed and capable builders, I think she qualifies because she's actually gone to work. How do you know someone's engaged in the business? They're doing something and not just talk. Okay, talk means nothing. Okay, I love the people that talk like, oh, I'm going to come in, remember my face, I'm going to be your biggest team leader. And then they go into the witness protection program the next week. And they're never seen again, right? And so it happens. It's the people that are actually, she's enrolling, she's a builder. She's actually taking action and doing what we're looking. She's both committed and capable. All right? So now, going back to your list. You already know your builders. Go back to the list you made earlier, and then this list of questions here will identify for you who your potential business partners would be. Are they relationship-oriented? Are they open to a life of living a natural, healthy, active lifestyle? Are they goal-oriented? Are they positive? Muy importante, this one. Okay, very important. Are they entrepreneurial, experienced in sales? Are they in a phase of life that supports building a business? Are they looking for increased finances? Do they want to supplement their income or replace their income? So go through your list and then transfer those names here to your potential business partners. And those are the people where you're going to now go down to the next section where it says what to present, and you're going to start that conversation of what's in it for them and identify what their dreams and goals and vision are and set those. Right? And this is going to help dramatically. Now, you guys already know this. Where do a lot of our best business builders come from? Okay, everyone in this room, everyone watching certainly, everyone in this room, I would assume you're involved in the business. Otherwise, why would you be here? Right? How many of you were involved with just purely for the product for the longest time? Raise your hand. Okay, keep them up. Keep them up. Look around the room. Diamonds, you probably can't see this, but it's at least 2/3 of the room. So don't neglect your customers. Some of your best business builders can come from your customers. And what's beautiful about that, they already know the product. There's no education curve. There's no learning curve. Okay, they already know how amazing frankincense is and DDR Prime and all these other oils, right? All these other products. So you don't have that same challenge with possibly a brand new person. Okay, so again, this can be a 30-minute class. It can be an hour. It can be a 4-hour training. It all depends on what you want to put into it, okay? Anyone that's going to launch their business, going to start a business, sit down and go through this with them. Once they hit elite, starting this coming March, oh, it's coming. There's a bunch of other slides in here. I'm just going to zip through it. There we are. Before I show you what's coming, reminder, here is where you can find the guides. Okay, Natalie showed this earlier. You can go to our advocates, go to doTERRA.com, go to our advocates, go down to Empowered Success. You can download them, print them off, order them. Okay, they're all there. Here's what's coming. Because we're not done. This amazing committee, oh, and by the way, I should say, this committee, they all have their own committees. It's not just the 8 of us. There's like way more people than that because they all have subcommittees that are working on this next tier of leadership. And these used to be training guides by rank. Like, this is how you become silver. This is how you become gold. This is how you become diamond, okay? We felt like it served us and served you better if we didn't maybe focus so much on rank, but we focused on purpose and maybe the phase that you're in your business and your life. All right, so coming, yeah, ooh, right? So coming in March, you'll see not all of these, but most of them. You're going to see the train guide. Okay, this is helping you to become a trainer. So you're going to be advancing with the train guide. You're going to be advancing to Premier and Silver. Then the lead guide is going to help you move on to gold. This is become a leader. So the focus is on becoming a leader. The multiply guide will focus on you being a multiplier of people, right? Of passion, of energy. That's going to take you to platinum and diamond. And then the influence guide is to go to blue diamond, and the innovate is presidential and beyond. Okay? So this is coming, and I share with you as a teaser, and for those of you watching the Facebook stream, you're all diamonds above. You're going to be at leadership. We already know that. But let me just speak to those of you in the room. You don't get to go to leadership unless you're silver. Some of you are super close. Some of you are not. Some of you just started relatively recently. So a silver is three $3,000 legs. You have to be a silver by this month, okay, to go. It's in March. And there's one in Anaheim, one in Orlando. You have to be a silver by this month. So those of you that are in that range where you could push for that, I would encourage you to absolutely do it, because at leadership, this is an event corporate does once a year. They do one on East Coast, one on West Coast. It's 3 days this year, I believe. Yeah, 3 days. And the information is beyond amazing. Okay, I don't tell anyone, but I actually like it better than convention. I do. And I love convention, don't get me wrong. Convention's amazing, but I like leadership more. Probably because leadership is focused on you, on your skills as a leader and as a person being better and your own personal development. Whereas convention does focus on that somewhat, but it's more product focused, right? Launching new products, new programs, which is always exciting and very amazing. Obviously, we go to both, but love leadership. So just a plug for that, those of you that are in that zone to push, let's push, okay? All right. Will you use this? Yes. Are you excited about it? Yes. Are you excited about what's coming? Yes. Okay, I can't even, I get like all tingly thinking about where we've come as a company without this stuff largely, and now where we're going to go as a unified force. This is the first time in our history that we have all of doTERRA really on the same page. So watch what's going to happen. It's going to be pretty amazing. Thanks, everybody.